the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey there, and thank you for joining us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. This NBA season didn't take long to get interesting, but these two gentlemen have always captured our interest. Say hello to Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Shaq. Tonight, we'll be watching the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Chicago Bulls at United Center. For Chicago, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. Well, sir.
Shooting guard at 6'6" number 35, CJ Miles. At the small forward position, standing 6'8", number 22, Tayshaun Prince. Man in the middle, standing 6'11", number 11, Keandre Springer. And in guard, 6'3" from Memphis, number 1, Derrick Rose. The other forward position, 7 feet, number 16, Al Gasol. The head coach of number 1 team. Ladies and gentlemen, your Chicago Bulls.
It's a West versus East contest here in the windy city of Chicago, Illinois, as the Bulls play one at home. Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke.
You know, like you were saying, the trade has the team buzzing. I mean, they're on fire. You can already see it in the warm-ups, how loose and confident they look out there.
You know, and also gives players a huge boost knowing that the guys running this team, the owner, the front office, they also are committed to winning. And so that, in and of itself, I believe, gives a player far more confidence to go out there and compete.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Minnesota, Rubio and Martin are their backcourt. Towns is out there with Garnett, and it's Wiggins in at the 3. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but you saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
And Towns drops them both.
And guys, with Towns, he is so valuable in every aspect of the game. Really great at both ends of the floor. His defense is as strong as it gets for a first-year player.
Now here's Prince. A wide open look for Gasol. Nice form on the 20-footer. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What'd you find out, DB?
He singled out KG as a player they would like to contain. He said that it goes beyond what KG can contribute in the stat sheet, explaining when Garnett gets going with his intensity, that just feeds into the rest of the team and it becomes a vicious cycle. Keeping Kevin from igniting his team is something they'd like to avoid here.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
and perhaps the biggest plus about Towns is his upside. I mean, he's shown that he can make big strides in his level of play. Already good at shooting from outside and can play either post spot, too. Talk about a great start. 3 of 3 from the field to get the game going. They're cooking with gas, folks.
Garnett with a screen on Rose. In the corner, it's Martin. There's the dish to Towns. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse.
That's as good as it gets right there. Beautiful reverse layup in traffic.
And Miles kicks to Rose. A baseline J. It's rebounded by Towns. And here are the Timberwolves. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. And that's now 6 points for Karl Anthony Towns. Rose kicks to Gasol. Miles, that's for 2. And again, Chicago, no good. Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to Oklahoma City.
That final score really caught a lot of people off guard. I think we would have to quantify that one as an upset.
Yeah, I thought they really tightened up at the end, guys. I mean, I think they were playing not to lose instead of playing to win. You got to go after wins. You can't try to hold on to them. You got to go get them.
Here's Rose, following the score by Kevin Martin. Outside Gasol. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. And he converts the layup. Rubio's got his first basket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Here is Miles. 17 points in his last outing. And again, no good by Chicago.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Feeds to Wiggins. Shoots from the corner. They get the rebound. Second chance shot. And it's Martin missing.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Splitter misses. Here's Minnesota. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And Rubio kicks to Garnett. And stolen by Prince. Here's Rose. Lays it in off the breakaway.
And really just straight to the basket with a full head of steam.
Well, if you're going to throw it down, make sure you throw it down with force.
Rubio, the pass to Wiggins. And the shot falls short this time.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Here's Rose, following the score by Kevin Garnett. Rose dishes to Splitter. And the shot is good.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
And last season, really a tale of 2 halves for the Wolves. When Ricky Rubio returned from injury, they just looked so much more in sync as a team.
Well, the Wolves improved just very slightly last year in terms of wins, Clark. The quality of play on the floor, though, was visible.
Yeah, and you know, the team's point differential was a lot better with Rubio in the lineup. They did have some big wins over quality teams, and Rubio's impact was certainly noticeable.
That's good.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Now, here's Rubio. Coming off a solid outing against Miami. Kicks it to Wiggins. Clock at 4. Rebound by the Bulls.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And Miles kicks to Prince with his first shot attempt, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Here's Rubio. No good. For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Rose with the ball. And it's Martin picking him up. And it's Miles missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Rubio kicks to Towns. Nails the baby hook. Towns has got 8 points.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season.
Yeah, and they swept this matchup the 2 times they played last year. They held the advantage on paper and on the court.
Yeah, exactly. An interconference matchup here. Not a lot of familiarity, but I wouldn't say they caught them off guard. There's a reason one team was in the playoffs and the other team was watching.
Now, here's Clarkson. Gibson the screen. Clarkson passes to Gibson. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Here's Levine. Pass to Wiggins. The 10-footer connects. The jumper drops. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
He's so tough to guard. He can fake you one way and then just spin right by you.
There's the pass to Mahimi. They set the screen. Gibson down low. He's against Jang.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Wiggins, and Gibson sends it back. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Brooks kicks to Mirotic. Outside Gibson. Pass to Brooks. Takes a 3. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Jang a screen. Wiggins outside to the left side wing. Now here's Muhammad, covered by Mirotic. Muhammad, no luck. Well, there was a time when the media had written off Shabazz Muhammad as an impact player. We showed last year he belongs in this NBA.
Yeah, certainly did. I mean, he improved in every facet of the game, and sometimes we tend to write guys off a little too soon, Kevin. The media in general, not you in particular. He's been a big-time performer for the Wolves.
Here's Levine. Wiggins outside. Passes to Levine. Puts it up from 12. And the rejection by Mahimi. And Brooks gets it to go. Brooks has got 5.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
And for Muhammad, it's weird that so many fans had given up on a player just after his rookie season. I mean, he's vindicated anyone who stuck with him after his slow rookie start. Taking a look here at the numbers for Brooks. Last season's performance for him averaged about 11 points a game, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And he'd like to put last year behind him, hoping for a much better showing this time around.
Yeah, it was a year to forget, clearly. Clean slate now, though. He just needs to stay positive.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Bjelica's checked in. Pekovic with a screen. 13 feet away. Levine can't hit.
And for Muhammad, a lot of it had to do with the hype he got in college, coupled with his age situation. So when he struggled, people were too quick to write him off. But he has showed he can ball.
Timberwolves trail. And the rejection by Mahimi. Muhammad with it. Mirotic is there. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Well, we've seen him before. He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it.
Goes up on the wing. Rebound by Bjelica. Timberwolves shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Here's Muhammad. Misses and the dry spell continues.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jang.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Chicago calls timeout.
Well, I tell you guys, when you look at this Wolves team, I mean, the outlook is really bright. A lot of young talent that's fitting together nicely. Good skill set. I think this group could be one to watch and really good going forward.
.105 left to play in the first quarter. Now, here's Clarkson. Not a lot of room. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Here's Bjelica. He kicks it to Levine. The feed now to Pekovic. From 13, and he hits the jump shot. And the Timberwolves lead by 1.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
They set the pick. Here's Clarkson. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Clarkson's got his first points of the night. Here's Levine. Feeds it to Muhammad. Stolen by Brooks. And he banks in the layup. And it's a 3-point Chicago lead. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's the Bulls. They're up by 3. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. To this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side out for them the way they've swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way, folks.
Yeah. Or handball.
Or handball.
Yeah, either one of the two. They're knocking a lot away.
Yeah.
So on the floor for Minnesota, Anthony Towns and Pekovic are up front. Rubio and Martin are their backcourt. And it's Muhammad in at the 3. They get it back. And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Pekovic.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
Shooting 2, shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one.
And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injuries. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't.
Chicago making a switch here. Prince is checked in. No good on the second free throw.
And, you know, back to D. Rose. He grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's south side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity.
Here is Miles. Off target with his three. Martin attacking. And that one's good.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Now here's Rose. 20 points for him last game against Oklahoma City.
And how about the extraordinary display of his passing in that game? He was making all the right decisions and had their offense humming.
Shot clock at 6. To the right side. Miles with another miss.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up. He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Miles has got it all tied up now for the Bulls. Outside, Martin. Puts it up from 12. Here's Pekovic. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Pekovic. Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against the up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups for them in that series, but they were able to prevail.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
Boy, in that playoff series against the Bucks, the Bulls looked like they were primed for an upset as they started slowly. Eventually pulled it together and came in as the underdogs against the Cavs.
That drops. And that's now 6 points for Kevin Martin.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
Outside Rose. He dishes it to Gasol. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. 6 points for Pau Gasol.
And the Cavs knocked out the Bulls in 6 games. Bulls went up 2-1 in the series, but didn't have an answer for LeBron. Strong effort from the Bulls, though, but they just couldn't match the firepower of the Cavs.
Now here's Rose. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. And Gasol slams it in. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth the whole way thus far.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Now, here's Rubio. Pulls up on the elbow. Here's Towns. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Towns has got 10 points in the game.
Great unspoken communication between teammates leading to the nice assist and the easy score.
Rose kicks to Gasol. And it's good from the elbow. Gasol's got 6 here in this quarter.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Pekovic with a screen. Rubio dishes to Pekovic. Here's Towns, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And Gia, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
Now here's Towns after the miss from Pau Gasol.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Rose against Rubio. Rose goes in. He kicks it to Gasol. Stolen by Rubio. At the top of the key, Towns. Here's Wiggins. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Wiggins has got his third basket of the night right there. Dishes it to Miles. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 5 assists tonight. Timberwolves have gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter. Up over 50%. Here's Wiggins. No good. And the Bulls going the other way now.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
The dish to Rose. It's up a 3, and that one's good. Rose has got 7 points.
They brought up their three-point percentage this quarter. They're shooting it well right now. The defense may need to think about making some kind of adjustment to slow that down.
Pekovic passes to Wiggins. Back to Pekovic. Ball's knocked loose. Gasol with the steal. Rose attacking. And finished off by Gasol.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And the Timberwolves call timing.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge. To look back at last year's Bulls. 3rd in rebounding, 3rd in three-point shooting. And they also showed up in the top 5 in opponent field goal percentage. A very improved defensive team.
Yeah, and going back to their rebounding, very few teams could outmuscle them inside. The size and toughness to scrap for every carom off the backboard.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Jarrell Wright's checked in for Prince. Jordan Clarkson comes in for C.J. Miles. And Brooks subbed in for Derrick Rose. Outside, Martin. Here's Garnett. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. They get Pau Gasol. Getting back to Rose, it's his extraordinary handle that allows him to get anywhere on the floor. Such confidence in the way he dribbles and drives, whether it's getting up in a position to set up a teammate, taking himself. He's the one very best at controlling that ball.
It's a great point. I mean, guys like D. Rose, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kyrie, they all have maximized that skill. I mean, the thing that separates him and puts him in that Russell Westbrook category is the pure physical strength. When healthy, he's able to play with.
Mahimi's checked in for Pau Gasol. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Levine's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And guys, KG is so loved and has given so much to the area of Minneapolis, St. Paul, the state of Minnesota. He really, Clark, views it as his home.
And Kevin, you started with him there in Minnesota when he got underway in the league. Fans love having him there and involved with the franchise again for sure.
And, you know, for Garnett, after his playing days are over, I got to believe he's going to be looking to take some ownership in this Wolves organization. He is a beloved figure here in Minneapolis.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
And that one falls for Splitter.
And if KG did become a shareholder in the Wolves, it would be wild. I mean, could you imagine how intimidating contract negotiations would be with him sitting across the table?
Bielitsa, he's checked in for Kevin Martin. And he can't hit the second. And the one thing Thiago Splitter gives you every year, Clark, is consistency. The numbers, the effort, the results, all very familiar every year.
Yeah, his game is really built on the intangibles. He hustles. He knows where he's supposed to be. He gets to the right spot at the right time, crashes the boards, takes charges. He does all the little stuff.
And for Thiago Splitter, he's been a relatively unsung player in his career, never getting his number called on offense, receiving little recognition from the media, but providing tough defense in the post. He shot over 55%, crashes the boards in the 20 minutes or so a game that he gets. So that's been good enough to really establish a productive career.
And he can't get the first one.
You know, getting back to Splitter, yes, you need superstars to win in this league, but you also need guys like him, guys who put the team first, will bust the gut to carry out their responsibilities on the floor, off the court, and in the locker room. You need all of that to be a championship team.
Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. He hits the second from the line.
Could it have been any other way? I mean, last season, KG returning to the Wolves. I mean, the entire city was buzzing for his return.
Now here's Wright, and he gets the bucket. Wright's got the lead up to 4 now for the Bulls. Timberwolves have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Levine kicks to Bielitsa. Higgins outside. And the rejection by Mahimi. Pass to Bielitsa. Shot clock at 2. Again, Wiggins missing.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Mirotic has a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Kevin Garnett was once the star here and now is acting as the mentor for all these young Timberwolves players. He won't let them slack even for a moment on or off the floor.
You know, it's that competitive fire that made KG so great, Kevin, and Minnesota made a savvy move, I think, to get him into the locker room and back on the squad.
Chicago's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Brooks kicks to Mirotic. Excellent D there from Garnett.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Here's Bielitsa. Over to the left wing. Here's Dang, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And for Gorgui Dieng, an intelligent guy with strong physical attributes, gigantic arm span, but extremely raw skill-wise.
Yeah, his game still needs plenty of polish on both ends of the floor, but I really felt like he took a huge leap last season, and he has the intensity along with that work ethic to continue to grow.
That free throw, good from Dieng.
You know, on the topic of Dieng, he did improve in practically every category in year 2. Offensively, though, he still looked a bit mechanical. And on defense, he still went for too many head fakes, but you've got to like his upside.
Muhammad, he's checked in for Minnesota. That one drops. He ties it up.
And talking about Gorgui Dieng, he recorded 22 points and 21 rebounds in a game his rookie season. Amazingly, it was the first ever 2020 game by a Timberwolves rookie. The Wolves, of course, once home to Kevin Garnett and Kevin Love, so that's pretty good company.
Now, here's Clarkson. Here's Mahimi. They get the rebound. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Bulls.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Levine can't hit. Chicago leading. And stolen by Dieng. And he lays it up and in.
You can see the importance of that steal. I mean, really a 4-point turnaround with the conversion at the other end right there.
Yeah, the importance of the defense there. Instead of giving up the bucket and having that 5-point deficit, all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game.
Chicago with the ball, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Clarkson from outside off the mark. Levine kicks to Garnett. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Dieng, and off the front iron, and in it goes. Dieng's got 6. Oh, Chicago's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Garnett against Gibson. Brooks dishes to Clarkson. And again, Chicago, no good. Minnesota in the lead. Muhammad, the pass to Levine. Feeds to Dieng. Dieng with the screen for Muhammad. Shoots from 12. The rebound by Gibson.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Here's Clarkson. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Clarkson's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck. How about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes.
And Muhammad throws it down.
Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
it's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
And now, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here are the teams that led the NBA in block shots last year. Number 5, the Bulls.
I don't think you can ever underestimate the effect that a few block shots can have on your opponent. I mean, it can get into your head as an offensive player. You're going in there thinking you've got a clear path, and then you see the ball going behind you in reverse. I mean, that could be major intimidation and affect your game.
That's good from Gibson.
In last season, the Wolves had the hardest strength of schedule in the entire league. Might have worked out for them in the end, as come lottery time, those extra losses do tend to help.
And both free throws good from Gibson. Well, Greg, it would work out for Minnesota with all those losses. They got the lucky bounce, Clark, and the #1 pick in the draft.
And you know, it's the first time in a long time that the worst team in the league actually got the top pick in the draft. Allowed Minnesota to add another great young big to complement Rookie of the Year, Andrew Wiggins. Hey, for Zach LaVine, the dunk contest last season was his coming out party to the world. He put on a show that everybody in the NBA was buzzing about.
Free throw good, Levine. And for Levine and his dunking, if you saw him in college or last season, you knew he was a very special player in the air.
Well, Levine can be one of the great all-time dunkers with his height and ability to lift off. He gets airborne so effortlessly that there are few that can match his power and finesse once he's airborne. And you can see that even though he ties the game up, disappointed he couldn't give him the lead.
Chicago grabs the miss.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Now here's Brooks. He's got 7. Mirotic the screen. And Brooks, here we go. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Brooks has got 9.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Bulls lead by 2. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I'm here with Derek. And Derek, what are the most important things you've done defensively tonight to help your offensive approach?
Contesting their shots. They're a great three-point shooting team. We were just contesting and getting out and run. That's our favorite thing to do. Get out, run. We got big second run, shooters on the floor, so open the floor up a little bit.
Derek, always explosive in transition. Thank you. Kevin?
Thanks so much, Doris. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Pau Gasol has been getting it done. He had 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, the reserves really came through when they needed a spark. This is a close game. Any points you can get from your bench are huge. I thought the bench guys came in and inserted themselves like they wanted a starting spot. And that's what you want. Subs who are ready to produce the moment they step on the floor.
Shaq, what'd you think about Minnesota?
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted them. The strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Gasol doing all sorts of things. 12 points and 1 steal. Seems like he's making everything he looks at.
Automatic, guys. It's just totally automatic.
We've got Tayshaun Prince. C.J. Miles is out there with Derrick Rose. Then it's Pau Gasol, and it's Splitter in its center. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And Chicago's shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Rose kicks to Gasol. There's the pick. Wants to get it to Miles and does. A timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Garnett, the screen. The drive by Rubio. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Rubio's got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Here's Rose. Rebound, Minnesota. Garnett's got 6 rebounds in the game. Rubio against Rose. And it's Rubio penetrating. Outside for Martin. Fires the 3. The rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Prince. Here's Rose. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Rose has got 9 points.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
They set the pick. Martin the screen. Rose against Rubio. To the middle. Here's Towns. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 5 assists in the game. Rose kicks to Gasol. Prince outside. The pass to Rose. Fires the 3. No luck. So Minnesota will take it the other way. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Martin kicks to Rubio, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Timberwolves have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And you know, a lot of times, guys, in some of their performances last year, their free throw numbers helped them win games.
And the technical free throw is good. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Kevin Garnett. Towns with it. He's got 14, and that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
A look now at where the Timberwolves ranked in the NBA last year. 6th in free throw percentage, 7th in points off turnovers. And they made their way into the top 10 in second chance points. I mean, this is a team that really emphasized chasing down missed shots, and they did a pretty good job of it.
And you look at their free throw percentage, not to be overlooked. I mean, this was a team, I thought, that did a really good job of taking advantage of their opportunity.
Now here's Rose. After the miss from Ricky Rubio. Here's Splitter. Rubio with the rebound. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Martin wide open. He fires. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
What are they thinking leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Chicago calls timeout.
And Ricky Rubio, one of the youngest international basketball stars ever. We started hearing about him in the U.S. back when he was 16. And even then, powerful teams in Europe were all vying for his services.
For us right now. Doris?
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He told Gasol that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach said the first thing they should be thinking about is getting the ball in his hands and letting him lead the way on each and every possession. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Now, here's Gasol. He's got 12. And good on the basket. Hook it. And going back to Rubio, Clark, his natural instincts in every phase of the game, as Greg was just talking about, are really second to none. In 06, he led Spain to a championship, registering 3 triple-doubles and 1 quadruple-double. Wow.
And despite those gaudy numbers, you just never know with an international star if, in fact, his game will translate to the NBA. Rubio's game obviously has.
And here's Miles outside, rebounded by the Timberwolves. Martin dishes to Towns. Wiggins right side. Kicks to Pekovic. Pass to Towns. Here's Martin. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Now here's Rose. 9 points in the game so far. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Martin, the pass to Rubio. There's the 3. And Splitter pulls it down. Splitter's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Prince, that's for 2. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. The Timberwolves have gone to even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Passes it to Martin. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Gasol's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Gasol a screen. Prince against Martin. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Nikola Pekovic. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Minnesota?
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
Yeah, and the other thing that they've done well is they've really attacked the gaps of the defense with quick, decisive drives down the lane.
And that one misses. Right, he's checked in for Pau Gasol. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
Wiggins drives in. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Chicago trailing here. Outside Rose. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Rose has got 13. As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls Clark had playoff experience prior to their postseason run a season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, a 2-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
Got a hand on it. Martin kicks to Wiggins. And it's Miles with the rebound. Miles has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
The feed to Rose. Floats one. Pekovic with the rebound. For Minnesota, they've gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Rubio dishes to Wiggins. He kicks it to Towns. Rose against Martin. Rubio in the corner. 6 to shoot. Lots of room. And that one's good. Rubio's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Splitter sets a screen. Here's Miles. Nice teamwork to set up the big play and make the space for the J.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Here's Rubio. Terrific design on the big play, and he lays it in. Rubio's got 8.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now here's Rose. 13 points in the game. He feeds it to Wright and stolen by Wiggins. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Towns has got the lead up to 6 now for the Timberwolves.
That's purely a hustle play there. Getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in, well done.
And that's, a quality you see any strong offensive rebounder possess. And we saw it right there.
And guys, effort is also a talent. You've got to be willing to work if you want to make plays like that.
And the Timberwolves call time here. A young team trying to find their place in the league can have it tough on the road, Clark, and the 2015 Timberwolves typified that sentiment.
In spades, 7-34 on the road last season. Dead last in the West as they won only 3 road games against the rest of the conference.
That's for Ricky Rubio. Last year, getting it done. He averaged about 10 points a game last year, 8 assists and 5 rebounds. Backup point guard, always an important position, and he fills that role beautifully.
Yep, without a good floor conductor coming off the bench, your offense can quickly grow stagnant. He solves that problem.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Minnesota also making some changes. Jang, he's checked in for Towns. Muhammad comes in for Kevin Martin. And Levine subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Now here's Jang. He has 6. And here's Clarkson. He dishes it to Mahimi with the shot. Minnesota with the rebound. Pekovic has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Pass to Dang. Timberwolves passing it around. Wiggins drives in. It's stolen by Mahimi. Brooks against Wiggins. Brooks outside. Mirotic up top. Dishes to Mahimi. Feeds it to Brooks. Shot clock at 5. Off the screen. And the rejection by Jang. Mirotic's shot is off.
He's really lacking in confidence out there. 0 field goals made so far in this game.
Here's Levine. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Hey, guys, for Zach LaVine, once he finally got comfortable last season, boy, did he heat up. He shot 42% over his rookie year, but 47% over the last month. And I think that gave him a lot of confidence as he's entering into year 2.
You know, as Greg was talking about, LaVine was a lights-out shooter at times in college. He would go on these binges, falling back Clark from 25 feet and draining it. I mean, unreal shots.
Well, it looks good when they're going down, but he also can binge shoot you out of a game. So you pick your poison.
He hits both from the stripe. Bulls trail by 6. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
Tremendous output from Brooks. 9 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
Yeah, you know, that was one spot where they didn't have to worry about him at all. I mean, at the free throw line, he was automatic. You know, it's been a bad day for them at the line today as a whole, and far too often, that's the case for this team.
And both free throws good for Brooks. Here's Levine. He's got 5. Now the pass to Bialica. They set the screen. Jang, a screen. Pass to Bialica. Looking for Jang. He gets it there. Clock at 6. Stolen by Brooks. Here's Clarkson. Garnett grabs the board. Garnett's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Levine. Brooks covering. Got it. Nice one there from Levine. Levine's got the lead up to 6 now for Minnesota.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Brooks, the pass to Mirotic. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Now, here's Clarkson. He has 7. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Clarkson's got 9. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Levine kicks to Bialica. Here's the screen. And 1:01 left here in the third quarter. Here's Garnett. Great D that time from Gibson.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Here's Bielitz, defended by Gibson. Here's Levine. The teardrop falls in. Levine's got 6 here in this quarter.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Brooks outside. 16 seconds left to play in the third. Gibson the screen. And Brooks. Here we go. Again, the miss by Brooks.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Timberwolves on top, leading by 4. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Here's Rose. On the court for Minnesota. Rubio and Martin are their backcourt. Ahmed is out there with Garnett, and it's Towns in at the center position. That is good. 6 points here for Taj Gibson.
That's a shot he shouldn't be afraid to take more often.
Rubio against Rose. The drive by Rubio. Here's Martin. Got a piece of it. Garnett against Rose. Right wing. Here's Miles. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Minnesota in the lead. And Rubio kicks to Muhammad. No good on the triple. And here are the Bulls now. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Take a look here at what Miles has been doing. He's got 11 points, and he's also got 1 block to add to the mix today.
And that's just a small part of what we've seen, but it's been a solid contribution defensively.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. The Bulls making a switch here. Splitters checked in. Andrew Wiggins, he's checked in for Minnesota. And it's tied up with that one. The Timberwolves shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Outside, Martin. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. And it's good. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
There's the dish to Splitter. Down low, right. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively. The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Rose with the ball. Guarded now by Rubio. Miles dishes to Gasol. Kicks it to Miles. Splitter sets a screen. 6 on the shot clock. From deep, Rose can't get it to go. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Here's Wiggins. Lays it up and banks it in.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
Outside Rose. Off the pick. He squares up and sinks it. Rose has got the game tied up here for Chicago.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
They set the pick. Towns, the pass to Rubio. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. And Towns, the bucket on the assist by Rubio. And that's now 21 points for Karl Anthony Towns. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Gasol setting the pick for Rose. From 15 feet away, another one falls for Chicago.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Wiggins outside. Passes it to Martin. The trade. Chicago grabs the miss.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
That one goes. Counter.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Wiggins drives in. Rejected by Gasol. Here's Rose. Shot's good. Rose has got 16 points here in the second half. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Bulls.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
But also, they put the offense on its heel. Look at the number of steals they've been able to get. And that's something they also can take great pride in.
There's the feed to Gasol. Takes it from 10. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Now Rubio. Martin, he's open. Rebound by the Bulls. Miles has got 5 rebounds tonight. Rose against Wiggins. Right from outside. Rubio with the rebound for Minnesota. They've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. And that one's good. Wiggins. Chicago's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Rubio against Rose. He kicks it to Gasol. Takes the 13-footer. Gasol missing again. Timberwolves have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Garnett with the screen on Rose. The drive by Rubio. Top of the key, Garnett. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol. Gasol's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Here's Miles. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Miles has got 4 this quarter. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Yeah, and actually still too close to call. I mean, this one is tight.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Minnesota calls timeout. You gotta like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hi, Kevin. Flip Saunders was just going over the plan with his team. As this game approaches its finale, the outcome's still undecided. He's told them, we're not far, fellas. It's within reach. Seize the moment and walk away with a win. Guys?
Bulls making a switch here. Prince is checked in. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
Those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Pass to Gasol. Puts it up from 15. Gasol can't get that one to fall. Minnesota's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Prince against Martin. That one wide left.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Here's Gasol. Wide open shot is on the money.
Love the work there. They got the most out of that possession.
The Timberwolves have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. And Rubio kicks to Martin. Here's Wiggins. Sinks the 15-footer. Wiggins has got 11 points here in just the second half.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Outside Rose. He feeds it to Gasol. Fires from the wing. And he connects with the jumper. Gasol's got it all tied up now for the Bulls.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
Rubio dishes to Wiggins. High post, Pekovic. Here's Rubio. But they'll get another chance. He dishes it to Pekovic. Goes up again. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And guys, for Nikola Pekovic, NBA scouts said he needed work on his shot coming in. Yet he's money from mid-range at times, especially at the charity stripe. One of the best free throw shooting bigs we have in our league.
And back to Pekovic at the free throw line. Clark, he has consistently been around 75% for his career.
And Kevin, last season he got that number up to 84%. And he also gives you really good effort in the paint on both ends of the floor.
Rose against Rubio. Rose, no good. Timberwolves have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Here is Rubio. Outside Martin. On the wing, Wiggins. 5 to shoot. It goes straight through with the swish. Wiggins has got 13 points in just this quarter.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Rose kicks to Gasol. Feeds to Miles. Splitter with a screen on Martin. Here's Miles, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
Can't get it to go, so the Bulls will take it the other way. Rose kicks to Miles. Wiggins with some nice D.
Nice effort anyway to change his shot and get around the defender. Maybe next time.
Martin with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And so he hits the technical free throw. Wiggins passes to Martin, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
That was perfectly designed, Kevin. An easy dunk on that inbounds play.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Bulls trail by 5. Now here's Rose. Gasol, a screen on Rubio. Gasol attacking, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's on Kevin Garnett. Some on-the-fly coaching right there from their leader.
And that's what you got to do. Never be afraid to remind someone what their role is. And they're a lot better off because of how vocal he is.
And so Gasol nails them both.
And really, the tension could not be higher right now. And he looked like he was shooting free throws at practice. What a cool customer.
Rubio dishes to Garnett. Down low, Wiggins. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off.
Yeah, they collect one there, but overall, -10 rebounding for the game.
And you wonder why they're losing big? Well, wonder no more. I mean, you hit the nail on the head there, partner.
And here we go. Wiggins heading to the hoop. Count that one. Wiggins has got 15 points here in the second half.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're behind by 5. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter. Penetrating. That's good. Rose has got 10 points in the quarter.
The points just keep coming for him this quarter. And just at the right time, too, as they try to narrow the deficit.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're ahead by 3. 1:46 left in the game. .46 left in the fourth quarter. Dishes to Martin. Back to Rubio. Outside Martin. Stolen by Miles. Outside Rose. Here is Miles. Covered by Wiggins. Let's go. And it's Miles missing.
The spin freed him up, but he just couldn't follow through with the shot.
Martin with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Garnett the screen, and Rubio kicks to Martin. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. 19 points for Kevin Martin.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Chicago calls timeout. They're down by 5. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter of this one. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter of this one. Rose attacking. No good. And Minnesota now the other way. Rubio with it. The pass to Martin. Kicks it out to Rubio. 6 on the shot clock. To the inside. And there's Pekovic. That one's good on the assist by Rubio. And it's a 7-point Timberwolves lead. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Outside Rose. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Some guys will try to overpower you at the rim, but he likes to elude you and trick you. He's got quickness and a soft touch.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Derrick Rose. That's his first personal foul.
.20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter, and that's an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
No mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
Chicago calls timeout. They trail by 7. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
You know what? You can talk all you want, but I just don't see a scenario that's going to get them back in it.
Yeah, who knows what he's drawing up in there, maybe working on a play for down the road in another game, but whatever it is, it's too late for this one.
There's 18 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
Love the play there on the inbound. The defense lost contact with him, and he knocks down the triple. No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep, Miles buries it from outside. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
And so the Timberwolves take the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Ricky, what was working tonight for the team's offense?
Yeah, we started the game very slow. We can't start like that. But after that, we just get shots and we make the shots. And we make the shots, we're a good team.
No doubt about that, Ricky. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Doris, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports Postgame Show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Let's take a look now as we give our nod to our Jordan Player of the Game. He's racked up a double-double with points and rebounds tonight, and that made the difference. A terrific effort on both sides of the floor.
Well, his ability to get into the paint and get to the rim was deadly. For a guy who's mainly a perimeter shooter, it was remarkable how many of his points came right at the bucket.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.